Okay, oh my god, welcome everybody to another big systems tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to be doing something very exciting, and this is what we are actually going to be producing. Okay, we see this a lot of times in our registration forms, like just say password. Okay, let's type in password there, and we can hit this button, hit it again. We can also do the same thing here. All right, that is what we call toggling visibility. Okay, and this is the code making that happen. Let's just blow this up a little bit. I'm going to be using Bootstrap and Fontawesom to achieve this. Okay, and JavaScript. Okay, to achieve this, and this is just a little magic happening there. All right, so we're going to be doing something from scratch by ourselves. Okay, so what first step we need to do is come into our desktop, just create a folder, call this password toggle. Okay, and inside of this we are going to create a file, just gonna call this index, okay, .html, right in there, confirm that. I'm going to open it our favorite text editor, Sublime Text. Okay, so just leave this here for now. Let's go into our Chrome browser. What we want to do is just get Bootstrap, get bootstrap.com. All right, we want to get a starter template for this project. We're going to hit get started. So excited, it's nice. All right, so we're going to go into starter template, and we're going to be clicking on copy. All right, then we're going back into that file, just paste that in there like so. All right, next thing we want to do is open this in our browser. So this is what we have. So when we come into this place and say hello password, and we hit save. Okay, all right, we have that immediately there. We say password 2020. Okay, we have that immediately there. Okay, so we are all set and good to go. All right, so what the first things we want to do is we want to use a package called Fontawesom. Fontawesom is what gives us that little eye symbol. Okay, um, in which we can click. All right, so just open this up for us again. So this guy, we're gonna get this guy very soon. All right, so for us to do that, all we need to do is just head on to a particular website. We're gonna call, or just type into your Google Fontawesom CDN. Just type that. Okay, all right, and I want you to look for cdnjs.com. All right, that's what we want to click on. Okay, I don't know how it works, but just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right, so I want to go onto the CSS item there, and click on copy, head back into our file. All right, and okay, do that and paste that in. That is your CSS link for the font. Also, we're gonna head into JavaScript. Okay, copy that, and if you want more information about linking of your scripts to your page, you can look at one of my videos in the YouTube channel. All right, so this time around we want to link a script. Okay, we want to link the script. What do? We need a source, and we need to do just that. All right, now with that magic in place, we can actually do something like this. Fontawesom I. All right, it's going to give us a little code we can plug in to do some magic, do some magic. All right, okay, we're going to copy this code right now. All right, head back into your code, just find a place right there and hit it and save that. All right, let's get back into our code and refresh that. Okay, so we see that looking at us. Oh my. All right, so these are the items we're going to need. All right, so the next thing we want to do right now is we want to create something like a panel that will host or have the login uh, items. Okay, so we have just cleared that out right now. All right, so what I want to do is create a container. In that container, I want to actually create a panel. All right, just want you to flow with me, and we will be where we want to be in no time. All right, so we want to put this in the center. Okay, nothing happens for now. Next thing I want to do is create a card right there. All right, just adding some shadow right there. You should be having something beautiful. That's looking good. Okay, here we just want to create some space. Let's give it some padding. Just bring our job down. Oh, that's looking nice. All right, next thing I want to do is come into every uh, interface is going to be happening within the card body section. All right, so I'm just going to knock in on H1 right there. I'm going to call this, okay, call this register. I'm using some classes. The display for, which is my personal favorite. I'm going to put this in the center. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, that's looking very beautiful. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to make a form. All right, I'm going to make a form, and Bootstrap has a class for making forms. All right, so within this I'm going to be putting in impute type. We need a full name, so that's going to be a text. Okay, and we need a class here from control. Okay, let's see how this looks. Oh, that's looking nice. What I want to do right now is adding a placeholder. We're going to call this full name. How does this look? That looks good. Beautiful. So I want to do this a couple of times. The first time is going to be for the full name, the other time for the email, the password, the confirm password, and the button. Okay, let's see what we can do right there. Okay, we're going to copy this. So that's for the full name, the email, the password, confirm password, and the button. Uh, just trying a little British accent. Okay, so we are going to change that to email. Let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. Email. This is going to be password. Password. Okay, we are getting someplace. Confirm password. What do we have? We are good. And the last one, we are going to be making a button. Okay, we're going to be making a button. So I'm just going to take off that, leaving the same div with the class from group, and I'll be putting in you're going to say register in there. All right, we're going to be putting in a class btn primary. Okay, let's just add a need to shadow, and let's make it fill the whole space. What do we do? Okay, there we have it. This is looking really, really beautiful. Okay, so a couple of things we want to do is we want to add this little eye symbols to that part. All right, so for that we are going to be concentrating on the password fields, field. Okay, so if we are going to be concentrating on the password fields, we will need another div right here. We're going to call this Impute Group. Okay, within that Impute Group, we are going to be putting in our Impute tag, just like so. Okay, this enables us have another Impute group append. That's crazy. All right. Okay, in here we're gonna say span. We're gonna call this, let's just say I for now, and we're gonna give it a class impute group text. Okay, let's see how that works out for us. Oh, this is looking really nice. So the other thing we want to do right now is actually replace this Mr. I with a Fontawesom icon, which we're gonna come into this place and copy this. Okay, copy this and paste this right here. All right, where were we? We were here. Let's not get this mixed up. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this is looking really good. All right, so instead of me repeating this, I'm just going to copy and paste that particular section. Okay, let's take this out, and repeat this again. Okay, so what do we have? Good. All right, we're going to head into our a placeholder and call this confirm password. Hope you enjoying this. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's time to throw in a little bit of scripts. Okay, we want to throw in a little bit of scripts. All right. Uh, yeah. So where do we write that script? You can put that script within a card body. Okay. Notice when I tap on that, it shows me where the tag ends. All right. So I'm just going to put in my script right here. Okay. Now, let's look at this logically. When I tap on this icon, I actually want something to happen. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm going to head into my icon tag right here. I'm going to attach an on-click function. I'm going to say toggle visibility. Okay, that's a function. All right, I'm gonna be repeating this again here. Okay, all right. So before I move on, we are gonna test out some little things. Okay, we're gonna say toggle visibility. Come on, good. I like that suggestion by clean this up a little bit. Toggle visibility, and we are going to be saying, okay, let's hello, you clicked me. All right, so we are expecting something to happen. Oh, this nice. Actually works. Cool. That's good. So it transfers to a click event. That's very, very encouraging. Yes. All right. So next thing I want to do right now is anytime we click this button, we always want to pick out the ID of whatever field is being referenced. And how we do that is to come into this, say this ID. We want to pick out this ID. But nonetheless, what ID are we talking about here? We're going to say ID. All right. This ID is GAN. We can call this. We are currently on the password, so we're just going to say password. Hello. But we're going to come into the input field. This way it gets a little tricky. And in fact, I'm going to expand this a little bit so we can get into the action a little bit more. All right, so we're going to say ID, and we're going to be talking about the password field. Okay, we are going to repeat this. Okay, password field. Then we're going to do the same for the confirm password. We're going to say this ID. All right, call this. And the ID is going to be no, confirm password. Okay, then we'll come into the input field and say ID, confirm password field. I hope you get that. Okay, all right. Now let's get back into our function. Let's get back into our function. I'm going to create a variable here. I'm going to call this states. I'm going to say document get element, use trusting for the intelligence to kick in. Tag name, not tag name. I want ID. Okay, I want ID. All right. So whatever is going to be captured from the click event is going to be parsed into this function. I'm going to receive this here, but I will be concatenating. Yeah, I'll be concatenating in field. This is very, very important. Alright? It's very, very important. Keep that in right there. Okay, so the next thing we want to do right now is we want to create an if statement. An if statement there that's going to say, okay, if somebody actually clicks this, what should happen? Alright? We're going to pick up this, we're going to say state. Mr. State, I want you to type. If you type is exactly password, I want you to do something for me. Alright? If it's a password, I want you to do something for me. So what do I want you to do for me? Okay? What do I want you to do for me? Alright, so I want you to set the attributes wherever you were coming from to something else. So I'm going to say Mr. State. Okay, now remember the state being captured, okay, is different. The ID being captured is different from the one we are actually constructing. So we're going to say state that set attributes. Attributes. Okay, this takes in two arguments. The first one is the type, and the other one is the value. Okay, so we're going to be changing this to text. Okay, but immediately we do that, we are going to be saying, all right. Okay, so let's just save this right now. So immediately we do that, we want to effect a change on this particular uh, icon here. All right, I want to change it to something else. Now mind you, if we come over here, we actually have Fontawesom I slash. Okay, yes, it's going to tell us, okay, we've clicked on it, now your eyes are open. All right, so we actually need this class. We need this class. We're going to look at how we can do that now. So we're going to capture the, just call this the icon state. Call this the icon state is going to be document get element by ID. Now I have to be very careful here. ID dot add class. We're going to be adding a class to that. Okay, so here we're going to be doing is class list. Okay, class list. We're going to be adding this newly found members of the higher representatives to this guy. Okay, all right, so let's see if we are on the right track. All right, that's very good. So we're going to debug this right now. We're going to suspect elements, and let's try and trace what's up. Come to our console and give a tap on the no. Okay, okay, so I think this should be class name. Class name. All right. Okay, so let's do this.